Oh?
Hello there.
This game looks pretty good, huh? Pretty fun? Interested in purchasing it? You can't! These squirrely fucks won't let you. We're covering Star Wars Obi-Wan, released on December 19th, 2001 for the original Xbox, and nothing else. If you want to play this game, good luck. For some reason, it hasn't been re-released on any platform, and no ports exist. If your computer can handle it, you could sail the ocean blue, but even then, emulation kinda sucks with this game, so your mileage may vary. That being said, do play this by any means necessary if you love Star Wars. It's a cool novelty of a game.
General Kenobi!
The story takes place before and during the Phantom Menace, so you get to see a little bit of Obi-Wan's up-and-coming adventures as well as his training. This first level is a fun way to start things off, shooting the shit with one of the Cantina rock stars, talking to and battling alongside Chewie, then exploring some of Coruscant's back alleys. Show him what you got, Chewie. Right out the gate, Obi-Wan is a complete menace.
Come now, Master Kenobi. I know a Jedi won't kill an unarmed man.
And using the Force? Forget about it. Force powers aren't as overpowered as games like The Force Unleashed, but you can have a fair bit of fun with it if you're looking for opportunities.
A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense. Never for attack. 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 Never for attack.
Elcor transport to upper sector transfer at count.
What the fuck? Is that Mandy?
Elcor transport to upper.
Dude, that's Mandy. The controls are unique in that you use the right thumbstick to swing your lightsaber, though this does imply a compromise through tank controls. It's a fair one, I think. This doesn't feel all too bad for the most part, since a large chunk of the game is cutting nerf herders like butter. Be that as it may, I can't deny the jank that inherently comes with controlling Obi-Wan like he's Jill Valentine. Let's put the old head cap on and indulge me for a moment. Excluding the tank controls, this was a pretty decent system and a creative way to use your lightsaber. At the time, this was the best saber combat that we had. There were no Star Souls games, no Movie Battles 2, no Battlefront. If you wanted a cinematic saber duel, you're stuck with either Jedi power battles or a couple of these bad boys in the backyard. This is where kids nearly lost their fingers. That shit hurt. My saber was Qui-Gon's hilt, but with the red kyber crystal. Couldn't find any pictures of it. It's just that rare, you know what I'm saying? Fun fact, Obi-Wan's lightsaber is so powerful that the Xbox can hardly handle it. Sometimes, when you activate the saber, your game will just lag. I have no idea why. What might be, in my opinion, the best part of the game's jank is Obi-Wan's voice actor.
I'm not sure.
It's fucking whack. He almost sounds like he's mocking Ewan McGregor at times.
Chew's rotting away at the end of it all, disappearing into thin air. Nothing more than an embarrassment to the whiny kid you trained on the way to Alderaan.
What are you doing?
Qui-Gon's a goofy little guy all throughout our adventure. He's programmed to be a silly Billy who's always in a hurry, he's always juking me out. Why don't you just sit back and marinate in his absurdity?
Hurry, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, quickly. Hurry, Obi-Wan. Quickly, Obi-Wan. What are you doing? Quickly, Obi-Wan. Quickly, Obi-Wan. Hurry, Obi-Wan. Hurry, Obi-Wan. Hurry, Obi-Wan. Quickly, Obi-Wan.
You know, since we're talking about the prequels, and all my life there was shit thrown at them, I have something I want to get off my chest. To the fake fans, let's get a little controversial. The Ewoks weren't even that bad. Ooh, tss, how's that feel? Yeah, and Kylo Ren was actually a decent character. Try that one out for size.
No. It's not true.
It's not over yet though, I'm not even done. Dig on this. Jar Jar Binks and the Gungans were fun characters. The Disney era is God's punishment for use of smite toward the prequels. George said, I'll give you something to cry about. He's up at Skywalker Ranch enjoying billions with his own movie theater while we're getting broken re-releases and wishing the Darth Maul game never got canceled.
You are watching Jerry
Sorry about that. I felt a disturbance in the force, you know what I'm saying? If you like Star Wars, I like you. Even if you have issues with it, we're just having fun here. For the most part, levels are straightforward and the game is pretty easy. There are like 2 or 3 sections where difficulty spikes do come from seemingly nowhere, and it makes me wonder what these guys were smoking while putting the levels together. Fall damage, for example, like Enter the Matrix, is broken and contradicts the unwritten agreement that we had when we bought this game to do epic Jedi shit. Liar! I don't want to beat a dead horse with this one, so we're just gonna move on. Forget fall damage. Landing a jump, though, that's something that requires force sensitivity and spider senses. Man, this part of the game fucking sucks. This jump is a nightmare. For whatever reason, it was simply foretold in the scrolls that I'm unable to make it unless all the planets are aligned during a full moon while Mercury is in retrograde on 11/11 with a ladybug on my nose. At this point, I'm not even trying to play the level, I just want to beat it. You can see here I'm running straight to the fucking jump, speedrunning this shit just to guarantee we stick to landing before even trying to take out the guards. Of course, all my lives are lost. Dude, why does this game have lives? This is such a strange design choice. We're Star Wars fans! Since when did we have lives?
So if you feel let down, meaningless, somewhat depressed by this whole thing, and you see at the same time you can't do anything about it, what happens? Why, you're simply watching what's happening.
The worst is going to happen. You're all going to die.
While we're on the subject, you'll find that most enemies, like droids, are trivial to take down. They only become a nuisance later when you realize this game inspired Ashley in Resident Evil 4 once the Queen and her goons need to be protected.
The Queen has been killed.
These are arguably the most frustrating part of the game because despite their weakness, the droids have strength in numbers and sometimes a droid or two will scoot by you and kill an NPC. Just look here, I'm getting clobbered when suddenly an NPC dies, and not only am I being scolded for a mission failure, but you can see and hear Obi-Wan getting his ass whooped at the same time. Once the scolding's over though, clearly the enemies recognize Obi-Wan's failure as a man and stop beating on him out of pity. For the most part, game's pretty easy, until it decides that it's time to do 3D platforming with tank controls and escort sections. Or maybe I just suck. I need to lock in and get good.
Pass me the Mountain Dew.
Come again?
I can't hear you!
Darth Maul's boss fight has some interesting shit going on here. Apparently, if you kill him far enough away from the pit, the game just skips his death scene entirely. It's a weird little detail, and I can't help but wonder why this happens. I'm curious if there's anyone out there who didn't know this game had the kill shot in it. Darth Maul is technically the last of many saber duels throughout the game. His and the Tusken Chiefs are the most unique in that you actually fight in a cool set piece. All others just take place in the same Jedi arena. If you want to count the droid assassin and that one guy near the train and shit, then sure, but all other bosses have their own dedicated levels, so I rest my case.
Fortnite!
And when you beat the game, you unlock Fortnite. The original Fortnite. Not that one. I'm talking about the real Battle Royale. Gather around, you fucks. This is the best part of the game in my opinion. Nightfall practice. This is the reason you want to be playing Star Wars Obi-Wan in 2024. You can enjoy the show like Shao Kahn and only dare to duel against the last Jedi standing, or you can get your hands dirty and try to take them head on. It's surprisingly entertaining to just sit and watch these Jedi Masters beat the shit out of each other while certain AI acts like a jackass trying to get to you. Be wary though. Mace Windu is the best duelist in the galaxy, a rank potentially contested by none other than Darth Tyrannus himself. Obi-Wan has little replayability except for the Battle Royale stage, but if you have friends, you can duel in Versus mode. This took forever to notice, and it's such a nerdy nitpick, but I think everybody has Obi-Wan's lightsaber hilt. All in all, this is a pretty enjoyable game. If you're not a baby about the prequels and want a simple and enjoyable janky journey, Obi-Wan is worth picking up. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.